What's up, everybody? Ron Placone here for Status Coup. Now, here's a life lesson. There's two types of people you know for sure you can't trust: billionaires and people who don't inhale. Elon Musk is both of those things. So here's what Elon Musk, as he's continuing to pummel Twitter into the ground, here's what he's been up to recently. Colin, could you pull up the Ars Technica article? So this is from Ars Technica. Musk fires Twitter engineers for correcting and criticizing him on Twitter and on Slack. So let's see what's going on here. This is recent. Musk has been firing people. By all appearances, there seems to be very little trust left between Elon Musk and Twitter's remaining employees, which I think might just be 12 people huddled in a break room together with a campfire going to keep warm. I can't say that's for sure. Anyway, Musk publicly fired a Twitter engineer by a tweet yesterday. It's now being reported that more than a dozen employees have been terminated for either posting critically about Musk's leadership or simply supporting other people who posted critically. So here's what happened. Now they're saying that this is an openly hostile work environment, that things are getting really weird over Twitter. This shouldn't be surprising considering the dude, his big intro was walking into the offices holding a sink to let everybody know to let that sink in. But he fired two people. One of them was just kind of criticizing the guy and sort of correcting him because he said that Twitter was going slowly. Colin, if we could go back to the article, please. So here we go. Most visibly, Twitter engineer Eric Fraunhofer became the first Twitter employee that Musk fired by tweet when he responded to Musk's incorrect tweet explaining why Twitter was slow on Android. I have spent 6 years working on Twitter for Android and can say this is wrong, Fraunhofer said in a now deleted tweet. Musk then had an exchange with Fraunhofer that many felt could have been best had as an internal Twitter discussion. Instead, Fraunhofer took the opportunity to chat with his boss publicly and responded professionally. So basically, this guy's doing his job, saying, hey, here's why what you're saying about Twitter is incorrect, and here's the technical information that explains what you're trying to get at here. And Musk fired the guy publicly. He went ahead and fired him. Mr. Free Speech Warrior Elon Musk fired the guy. Now, let's go to that other tweet, Colin. Scoop. Another 10 Twitter employees who made sassy or critical remarks about Twitter's current leadership on a Twitter internal Slack channel have been terminated overnight. Several were respected engineers. One person told they are let go for recent behavior. Now, here's the thing. This Slack channel was meant for to kind of air out your grievances about the company. It was a water cooler, so to speak. And Elon Musk's strategy, Mr. Free Speech Warrior, he decides to monitor that 1984 style and fire anybody who has a grievance. Just like he fired an engineer who was pointing out, hey, this is why what you're saying is wrong, and here's the technicality behind that. Basically, this guy was doing his job, had to do so publicly on Twitter, and Musk, the free speech warrior, fired the guy. Now, let's go back to the Ars Technica article for just a second, Colin. Now, Fraunhofer wasn't the only engineer that Musk fired. Fraunhofer wasn't the only Twitter engineer who seemed to have reached his limit of patience with Musk's leadership style. Another engineer who worked at Twitter for a decade, Ben Lieb, told Bloomberg he was fired on Sunday after also responding to the same Musk tweet. The tone of Lieb's tweet reflects what The Verge reported is a growing solidarity between Twitter's frustrated remaining staff against the hostility of Musk's management style. So here's what this person, Lieb, tweeted. As the former tech lead for Timeline's infrastructure at Twitter, I can confidently say this man has no idea WTF he's talking about. Now, you might say, gee, Ron, if an employee is going to say that their boss doesn't know WTF what they're talking about, the boss might take offense to that. They might even fire the person. And that has nothing to do with free speech, really. That's just your speech has consequences. And technically, you'd be right. But here is how Elon Musk is a super duper hypocrite. See, he understands the difference between free speech laws and words that you say might have consequences when it benefits him, but he doesn't other times. Colin, please bring up Elon Musk's Twitter poll. So this is a Twitter poll that Elon Musk conducted not too long ago. Advertisers should support freedom of speech, political correctness. Now, this is in reference to advertisers not wanting to advertise on Twitter anymore, where Elon Musk demonstrates that he has no idea how advertising works or what brand relations are. He's basically implying that, well, if you don't support Twitter, you don't support freedom of speech if you're an advertiser. No, if you're an advertiser, you have the right to advertise or not advertise anywhere you want. And if you don't want to be affiliated with Twitter for whatever reason, you don't have to. That's how that works. That would be like Elon Musk making it a freedom of speech thing. That would be like if me or anyone was like, any advertiser who is not advertising on my podcast, Get Your News On with Ron, or on Status Coup, is violating our freedom of speech. That makes no sense, right? Of course it doesn't. But Elon Musk pretends to not understand free speech law when it's convenient for him. But when it's convenient for him to understand it, all of a sudden he does. Last but not least, it should concern you, whether you like Elon Musk or not, whether you like Twitter or not, whether you're still on the platform or not. It should concern you that a random billionaire can just buy a platform that millions of people use as a communication tool and can pretty much do whatever they want with it. They have access to all of your DMs. They can make up all kinds of rules as they go along. They can fire whoever they want. That should concern you. How do we start fighting back against this big tech near monopoly that is slowly forming on the internet? Well, a little bit of antitrust is a good start. And you can go to bidenpromise.us. Again, that website is bidenpromise.us, and put pressure on elected officials to push antitrust bills through and get a vote on antitrust legislation. These are good bills that start breaking up big tech. And there is a possibility for action during the lame duck session. Go to bidenpromise.us and sign that petition now. We got to fight back. And folks, I got some tour dates coming up. You can go to ronplacone.com and find out when I'll be in a city near you. January 28th, I will be in Tucson, Arizona. That is a stand-up show. And there's going to be a screening of my short film, Loner, that has not been released to the public yet. It'll be the debut screening of that film. You can get tickets at ronplacone.com. Use the promo code Lucy at checkout for discounted tickets. Also, February 10th, I'll be in Los Angeles at the Glendale Room for the first of a 3-show residency. The second shows are April 14th and May 12th. And I'll be in San Diego February 17th and 18th. And I'll be announcing more dates soon. But for all those tickets, go to ronplacone.com. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at ronplacone on Twitter, Mastodon, and Instagram, and youtube.com/ronplacone is my YouTube page. This is Status Coup signing out.